Hello, this is Dreams with Jam. Thanks for joining me today. We are starting a brand new series for new players or returning players for you to watch as well. If you do like this video, make sure you hit that like button on your way out. I would really appreciate that. And if you haven't yet subscribed, or you have, just make sure that it's still subscribed and get notified of new content. Okay, so this particular video is part one of a new series for new players, but returning players are more than welcome to watch as well, and hopefully I can maybe give you some tips as well. We're going to be talking about game mechanics in this first video. So basic how-tos on using the menus, etc. So having said that, my first tip, and this is a big one, don't get overwhelmed. This is your valley, this is your game, and it needs to work and function and look how you want it to work, function, and look, not anybody else. So it doesn't matter if your game is super messy right now because you're a new player and night thorns, stone, that kind of stuff is going to collect in certain areas, and it's just your valley. It doesn't matter. So here's the thing. You can watch a ton of different content creators. You could watch one of my videos where I've created like a complete jungle on the beach, right? You might not have all those items, and that's okay. It doesn't matter because your valley is your valley. You can watch my videos or any other content creator and get tips, guides, decorating ideas, etc. But just create like a filing cabinet in the back of your head and put it away until you get to that level. When you're first starting out, obviously, it's going to go slower than what I might have in my valley, okay? So don't get overwhelmed. And the second thing is don't get overwhelmed with the amount of questing. There's no time limit. Nothing is timed. You don't need to go at a fast pace. You don't need to unlock Aladdin and Jasmine and have them at level 10 in one day. Content creators do this because we need to show the Aladdin friendship items, or we need to do a build for a video within a certain amount of time so it's relevant to what's happening for you in the game as well. So content creators do things completely differently than just playing the game. Don't get overwhelmed. Go at your own pace and make it your experience. If you want to do nothing but questing and get those items and get those characters up to level 10, that's great. But if you choose to like, you know what, I'm going to work on getting everybody to level 5 today and just pick and choose what you're doing, that's a good way to play it too. Take your time, enjoy it. It's a fun game, and I highly suggest don't think you need to keep up with the Joneses, okay? Don't think you need to keep up with all the content creators, because that's just not true. It is your game. And I want you to have as much fun with this game as I do. Okay, so try not to get overwhelmed. Okay, having said all that, let's jump into game mechanics. Okay, so this is my character, Dreams, and as you can see from the state of my valley and the house right here, this is a new character, and I am playing a new kind of alternative game just for you in this not video, but the series, I should say. So in episode 1 here, we are going to be talking about game mechanics. Okay, so we're not going to get into dream snaps or leveling up characters or anything of that nature. We're just going to talk about the mechanics of the game itself. I play on PlayStation, so the buttons that you will see are based on that controller system. So make sure that you're corresponding to what shows on your particular screen. Like you can see here, sprint on the left bottom says L1, and if you don't play on a controller, it will be a key. So having said that, let's get into the menu. This is the main menu, and we're going to start here with settings. Game guide is just what it sounds like. It shows different things to use in the game, like such as we're doing right now. Okay, it's going to show you your controller settings, your particular tools at the time, and how time works. Time, like it says, is synced to your particular time zone that you have set up on your system.
Okay, so if you want to go through these and look at all the different kinds of things that you need to know as a player, this is a good way to do that. Okay, Dreamlight, how you can get Dreamlight, etc. So go through, I suggest maybe just going through these tabs. Like you can see, they're not long, they're not super wordy, so it is worth your time to take a look. Graphics, we're going to go over to graphics. The graphics setting, I don't trouble myself with disabling any of those things. They are already off and I have left them at off. Offset time of day, we're going to talk about how to use that in particular when it comes to just the time of day. Dream Snaps is changing where you can offset the time of day within your Dream Snaps. So this is just during game play. Like it says, it affects visual only. It doesn't change the time of your game. It just is the visuals. So for example, this is nighttime. All the lights are on, etc. I wear glasses and I have a problem with glare. I don't like driving at night. I don't like any of that. So I don't like playing in the evening. So if I'm up late and I'm playing in the evening or really, really early in the morning, I go into graphics and I offset this to make sure that it's sunny outside. It's just easier on my eyes and I find it, I guess, better to play within a sunny day. Okay. Moving on to sounds, it's just what it sounds like. You can change your volume of characters, which is the master volume or voice volume, excuse me, and then the music volume. So if you don't want to hear things in the game that's that loud, then you can turn that down. I just leave it at the default and just move on. It doesn't bother me. Camera, again, that's going to be based on what you want it to do. There is an alternative sprint option here. So instead of that button that they show earlier, like I said, it was L1 on my controller, you can change that to be a different key. Gameplay, hiding or holding to complete fishing. I highly suggest doing this instead of hitting the ring every single time it turns green. You have one hit for white bubbles, 2 for blue, and then the 3 for red or gold. I changed that to hold, so you just hold the button down and it fishes. Okay, so go through these and pick and choose what you would like to see off or on, and then go back into your game and see how it works for you. Help. You can block visitors to your game. If you're using multiplayer, you can change your avatar name. And then redemption codes. Dreamlight Valley or Gameloft, they release free items that you can redeem, and then those items go into your mailbox. And they're things like clothing or little furniture pieces or even building materials. There are currently redemption codes on the internet. You can go in and just type in Dreamlight Valley redemption codes and you'll get to a site. I suggest like IGN or GameSpot or something like that. But you're going to want to redeem all those codes so you can get all kinds of free stuff. Okay. Object limit. The object limit that you start with, I'm going to turn this off. You can see is 600 is the unique items. So how many items are you using that are unique to the game? So if I place one fir tree and then a second, it's only going to count 1 against that 600, not 2, because they are the same item. So this is unique items to the visual game. And then 3,000 total. So that's how many total items you can have. And then we're going to get more into items themselves when we do our storage video coming up next. But you can change this if you are on anything but Switch. You can change that. It'll give you a warning saying be careful. That doesn't mean your game will not run. It just means if you are playing on an older system, etc., it could crash your game. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this to yes. And then now you can see my object limits have adjusted to 1,200 unique items and 6,000 overall. Okay. Multiplayer crossplay. If you want multiplayer, etc., you can change this to on or off. And that's pretty much it for the settings. We're going to go over to Dreamlight. Dreamlight shows all of the duties that you can do for getting your Dreamlight if you're in the valley. Okay, so You can see here they are tasks that are just very, very easy to complete. I mean, one raspberry bush, just pick it and you're done. And all of a sudden you have 100 Dreamlight. Feed a squirrel. Hand that raspberry that you just picked to a squirrel. Boom, another 200. So if you can do some of these each day, sell 3 vegetables. All you have to do is go into the Glade of Trust, pick mushrooms, sell them. That's boom, 150. Okay? So I highly suggest working on Dreamlight from this duty list. Now, the ones below that are overall, okay? And these are going to advance. So you can see they have kind of a status bar where you complete the first one as you harvest raspberries. It will get bigger and bigger and bigger until finally you're like harvest 500 raspberries or 200 raspberries. And then it keeps count over time of how long you harvest, and then fills that out, and then you will get more and more and more Dreamlight as those go on. So as you're doing things like Star Path duties or even your Dreamlight duties, it does count for these as well. So if your Dreamlight duty is remove 4 night thorns, okay, you can see right here, it will count for both tasks. Same with gardening, fishing, cooking, your collection. Now friendship, this has to do with interacting with villagers. The village itself, there are bigger tasks throughout the year. Some of them are holiday related. For example, that's not where eggs come from. As you harvest your yellow eggs during the Easter event, this is what that counts towards. Okay? Move giant night thorns from biomes. So every time you open a new biome, it will give you more and more Dreamlight for that as well. So it starts off at 100 and then goes to 300. And I can't remember what the third one is, I gotta be honest. Okay, upgrading Woolly's garden, etc. So these are the bigger kind of tasks that you do while you are completing friendship quests, progressing in the storyline itself, etc. And then we have mining, same thing. Now you see, I have both Eternity Isle and Storybook Vale on my main account, so it automatically loaded it onto my second account because it's the same system, just a different profile. So you can see here, Eternity Isle, my task, if I cook with Eternity Isle fruits in my valley, it does count towards this goal. Now mining Alexandrite, that's only available in Eternity Isle, so I would have to do that from there. So you can see there are several tasks for Eternity Isle. Same with Storybook Vale. Now, if you're in Storybook Vale and you're working on completing these larger tasks, the task up here, the Dreamlight duties, changes to Storybook Magic. Okay, so if I'm in Eternity Isle, the Dreamlight duties tab disappears for me and just goes to Storybook Vale. So if I see sell 3 vegetables, okay, and I am in Eternity Isle and I say, oh, I got to sell those 3 vegetables, and I sell them in Eternity Isle, it does not count towards this Dreamlight function. So make sure you're in the correct place for whatever tasks you want to complete. If you're collecting Storybook Magic or you're collecting Mist versus Dreamlight duties, make sure that this top button here is on the right place. Okay, we're going to talk about the map. Map does several functions. You can see here it highlights and shows all of the different characters. If you see a character such as Goofy in blue, that means he has a new task for you or a new story quest. You can also track characters. So I see Mickey's on the move here. We're going to track, if I can select him, we're going to track Mickey. See how it turned him like a glowing purple. If I get out, you're going to see that purple trail turn into a locator beam, basically. Okay, so we're going to follow this and it will lead us directly to Mickey. Okay, so we can see it's still going. Where did Mickey go? And here we are. Okay, so that's helpful in the early game as well, so you can see where your characters are. Now I'm going to go back and select Mickey to turn that off. That purple trail will stay on if you don't deselect the character. So we're going to take that off just by clicking it one more time, and now he's back to normal. The map shows you your crops. Green means they're ready. Red means they need to be watered. So we're going to run over. Oh, I can't run that way. Dreams has not finished that quest. Okay, let's run down to this side of the beach. We're going to take a look at those crops. From our map, it's going to show us that these crops are withered and we need to water them. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, you can see how that's tracking on the screen. Okay, so there we go. Now when I go, that red is going to be off. Now you see they're not green either. That just means they're not done. So green is done and watered. Okay. Oh, let's go back to our map. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is the fast traveling. Fast travel can be done a couple ways. You can go on the map and highlight your well, and you'll travel directly to that area. The other way to do that is if we go to the map, you can see on the bottom right where it says fast travel square. If I hit the square button on my controller, it's going to bring up a separate map menu. And now I'm going to go to the plaza. I can, instead of trying to highlight the well, I can quickly just click plaza. And there we are. I find that's really helpful if I want to go into the realms. So you have two choices. You can go all the way up here to the castle, go in the door. There's a scene that needs to load into the castle itself, or you can just go to this button here, and I'm going to go to the realm. And now I'm in Ratatouille's restaurant. And then to leave, I just click exit, and it's going to put me exactly where I was. Okay? I find that's an easier way to get to the realms than trying to go into the castle, let it load the inside graphics, go through the door. It's going to load those graphics a second time. So it is a lot quicker to fast travel using that separate menu into either valley areas or realms. Now, they will be grayed out until you activate them. So until I'm activating a new realm, it's going to remain grayed out for me. Same with the valley. If I haven't opened that well yet, okay, so it's not just about opening Dazzle Beach, because you can see we were on Dazzle Beach farming, right? I have Dazzle Beach open, but it won't highlight this until I activate the well itself. Okay, so we're going to go down to our beach. And let's see how much it is to activate a well by clicking on the Scrooge sign. Oh, I always forget I can't go that way. Okay. Let's go down and take a look at that well. Okay, here it is. And Scrooge is going to tell us that it's free, right? We wish. Okay, so it's 1,000 coin, which I have a little over 3,000. So we're going to go ahead and open this well. Okay, thank you, Scrooge. Okay, and now that that well is open, if I go back to my map and click that button, now Dazzle Beach is highlighted for me. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to collections. Collection is the things that you are picking up or progressing through the game with. These are specific to you, not the game itself. So, memories. These are the memories that I have opened or been given, depending on the quest line. You can click those to make them bigger so you can see them. Okay, let's see, do we have any others? Now, the ones that are cracked or totaled out aren't complete and they are in pieces. You will collect those as you progress. Oh, let's go back to collection. Okay, characters. This will list all the characters, it will list their level, and it will list what you have assigned them. So let's go down to the characters I have open. If I go to Goofy, you can see his hangout bonus down at the bottom is fishing. His favorite things of the day, opal, herring, and carp salad. And then he is at level 6. The next level will be shown as well. So his level 7 reward will be 1K. So you can take a look at, okay, who do I need to work on today, or whatever, however you're progressing your particular game, you'll be able to see where you're at with all characters. So you can see here, Scrooge is only at level 5. He's a digger, and his next reward will be a motif of him jumping out of his coins. So this will give you a good idea of what you need to work on for that day. Crafting, just what it sounds. This is things that are crafted, available, and in your crafting station. They get highlighted when you've gotten that recipe. Okay, critters. This is nice when you need to know which critters are available to you. So right now I only have 3 biomes, so we're going to look at squirrels, turtles, and bunnies. So you can see that I can't do the black squirrel. I can do the classic squirrel, can feed him, the gray squirrel, and that's it. So just the 2 squirrels, gray and classic, and they're there all day, which is good, so we can find them. Same with the brown rabbit and classic rabbit. Okay, so I'm going to fast travel. We're going to go to the peaceful meadow. I suggest looking at, if you've not been on Disney Dreamlight Valley's wiki page, that's WKI, or WIKI, excuse me. If you go to the Dreamlight Valley wiki page, they will have a list of what the animals eat and what is their favorite food. Bunnies, it's going to be carrots. Do I have any carrots? Let's go grab us a carrot, if we have one. We do not. Okay, well, Bunny's getting a piece of basil because that won't cost me any resources. As we know, basil grows constantly throughout the day. So what we're going to do is feed this bunny. Now, all animals, the game mechanics for animals, they're all different. Some, like, for example, the bunnies are paired with monkeys, and you just run up to the rabbit. It's like playing tag. Okay, so I'm just going to go up to the rabbit until he finally says approach. We're playing tag here. Let's go. Come on, bunny. Okay, so now I've played tag and I'm going to feed him his basil. And he will give me a reward. Oh, look. This is how we get companions. So now we have a companion bunny. Okay. That's amazing. Now that I've fed that bunny, he's going to constantly want to be fed. He's going to keep coming up to me. So if you're doing a dream snap or whatever, they do come near because they want more food. Okay, so that's the game mechanic for bunnies. Squirrels, you can just walk up to. Same with turtles, same with capybaras. You don't have to do anything special for them. So again, that Dreamlight wiki page will help show you how to tame a particular critter and what they eat. Fish, it's just all the fish, and then where to find them. So you can see the bass is pretty much everywhere, and then so forth. Foraging, same thing, things that you can pick up or gain in the game by just getting, okay? So during different events, everything pops up. Like these blue buttons will be in the water, green buttons will be in the plaza, etc. Darn it, I keep hitting the wrong button. Okay, ingredients, it'll be things you grow, okay, or things that you can use for cooking. Meals, it's just the recipe. So they remain, you can see here, it's all question marks. We haven't gotten that recipe yet, but it does show you all of the different types of things. So I suggest if you like cooking and that's something you enjoy and you've gotten, all the ingredients open or whatever, you could just go through here and start cooking stuff. The recipes are already here. You just have to kind of look it up. Okay, gems. what gems and where they're at and how much they sell for, all the clothing you can get, okay? And those don't, unfortunately, it doesn't show, I don't think it shows the grayed out items. No, it just shows them when you have them. Okay, so you can see there's one car outfit, and then there's 29 Cinderella clothing pieces in the game, and I've gotten just the one. Okay, furniture sets, same thing. All the different furniture you can get from Premium Shop or Scrooge. Okay, so, or Star Path, because you can see this beige wicker hanging basket. That is a Star Path item from the Star Path we just finished. And then the 4 at the bottom, time bending, board game snippets, and lore keeper tales are tied to DLC. Questing. Questing is just what it sounds like, all open quests that have to do with story versus friendship. So again, it depends on what you want to work on for that particular day. Okay, and then what you can do is you see the little star with the circle underneath it. I can click whatever it is I want for that particular day. So I'm going to work on Merlin's quest. Now, when I back out and I go, you will see Merlin's quest now shown on my page. So I can track what I'm doing and what I need to do to progress. You can do the same with Dreamlight. If I'm working on Dreamlight duties instead of questing, like I'm going to grind Dreamlight because I know the Alice in Wonderland update is coming and I really want her realm opened for me. So to do so in the castle, you do need Dreamlight. I'm going to track and sell 3 vegetables. You can see at the bottom right of the screen where it says track daily or duty. If I click that button, whatever button is highlighted for you, you're going to see that star pop up, or feed a squirrel. Okay? And when I go back, it's going to now change from Merlin to feed a squirrel. I'm going to grab a raspberry here, which just completed a Dreamlight duty for me, which was pick 3 raspberries, if you remember seeing that at the beginning here. Where are my squirrels? Let's see. Where could they be? This is the fun about feeding critters, is you get to find where they are, hiding in your valley. Let's see. See if they're hanging out near Mickey. Okay, we know they're here. I'm just going to hold still for a minute and not run around, and let's see if we can find us a squirrel, because we know classic and I believe it was the black squirrel. Let's see. That's Remy. Definitely not a squirrel. Oh, I just saw him. There he is, the gray squirrel. So you can see I walked right up to him and just approached him. He doesn't run. I'm going to go ahead and feed him that raspberry. Squirrel's favorite food are peanuts, but peanuts are, oh, we got a squirrel friend. Very cute. Okay, so that completed another Dreamlight duty. Now I'm going to go back and collect my Dreamlight, and then more will pop up. And that's it. So you can track Dreamlight, you can track story quests or friendship quests. Just depends on what you want to work on for that particular day. Now, you see down here, there's a lock next to Vanellope. I can't do this quest until the things on the right happen. I have to unlock Wally. I have to progress her friendship to level 2. I need to progress further with Remy. And then there's a hidden requirement, okay? So once everything becomes available, those gray out. Like you can see, unlock biome Dazzle Beach, that's checked off. So as I do things, those will check off more and more, and then that task will unlock. Okay, so that's questing. Event, just what it sounds like. This is where you'll see your star path description, duties, rewards, and bonus rewards. Extravaganza. This is the special Easter event, or if there's a Christmas event, Halloween, etc., that's where you will find those. And Dream Snaps. Dream Snaps will show the current challenge. Okay, so you can see here we're on Daisy's Fashion Runway. check submission. I can't check the submission right now because I don't have a current challenge Dream Snap. I haven't taken that picture and submitted it. Voting. Okay, we're voting right now on Hoppy Days. If I go to check submission, you can see Dreams is, oh, we just clicked voting instead. Okay, we're gonna go back out. We're gonna check submission, and this is Dreams submission. Now, I don't have a lot of items because I'm new, so I just plopped some stuff down to make it look like Easter, put a pretty dress on, etc. I worked with what I have, basically. We'll get into Dream Snaps for new players at video coming up. And then rewarding. Rewarding just shows the top submission from the previous. So we have current, we have voting, and then we have rewarding. Rewarding is for Just Spring Things, which was submitted 2 weeks ago, not one. Okay. And if we go to top submissions, this is going to show who won. So this is, first place, we have second place, and third place. So you can take a look at those. You can always find some inspiration. How do I get to a winning Dream Snap, and what did they do, etc. And that's the event tab. And we're going to go to shop. Shopping is just what it sounds like. We have featured items. This is things that are the main kind of premium shop items. Okay. We have limited time deals. These are items from previous Star Paths or Premium Shop that have gone on sale. So if you don't have these items, you can go ahead and pick those up. We have recommended. Once you start doing more and more Premium Shop items, it will keep recommending things that you don't have. Now, the thing with the Premium Shop, these are not things that are required to play the game. These are items that are fun decorative items, so they're not necessary. They're just for different, decorative. We have a companion here, we have an outfit. So nothing in the Premium Shop will be story related. However, having said that, I will say that the Premium Shop items that they put out generally will correspond to the Dream Snap of the week. Okay, I say usually because it's not necessarily true all the time. Like you can see right now we're doing Daisy's Runway Challenge, which none of these items kind of fit that vibe. So it's not necessarily tied this week, but generally speaking, it will be things that would work in your Dream Snap. Signature bundles are larger bundle items. Here we have an Ariel Royal bundle for 4,000 Moonstone. It's going to be more than kind of your average Premium Shop item you can see above. However, having said that, it generally gives you some of the best items in the game. Okay, so this is saving things for things that you definitely probably would want. So if we look at Ariel's signature bundle here, we can see it comes with a dream style for Ariel. This is not a dress for you. Oh wait, is it? Nope. This is for Ariel herself. Okay, we have, let's go over here. We have the carriage, a whole house skin, a fountain, 2 fountains, a dress for you, a new hairstyle. So you can see you get a lot in these bundles. Okay, and then if we go down to, there's an island getaway bundle, the Starlight House bundle. Again, all of these comes with a dream style for a character and a house skin and other items. So it's a very good value for 4,000 Moonstone. Now, the dream bundles for Wally and Vanessa, it doesn't look like much, but if I click this, okay, it's 4,000 Moonstone. And it looks like just a dream style, but it gets Ursula out of the water. So now she walks around in her Vanessa outfit. And then same with Wally, he will walk around in his new little dapper dream style. Now you say, okay, I get a dream style for Belle here, but I also get a house skin and decor items. With this, it's just a dream style. It's not, because actually it opens up not only the dream style, but different quest lines for them as well. So you can see here, take on quests and unlock exclusive outfits, accessories, and furniture. So you do get new items and questing. It's the same kind of bundle. It's just not showing you everything. It wants to keep that a little bit hidden for you. But if you look at the picture, those dream styles that you get, that little seat that Vanessa is sitting on, okay, so all of that kind of stuff, you get all that. It's just not shown in the same way. Okay? So that's the shop. And that ends our menu section. Oh, and it's raining in the valley. Of course it is. Okay. Mechanics of Scrooge Store is pretty self-explanatory. You can upgrade here by checking the sign. Let's go in and check out our Scrooge shop for the day. I suggest when you're a new player, you check in daily, and each particular store, the one in Storybook Vale, the one in Eternity Isle, and the one in the Valley, they do carry different items. So if you do have the DLCs, make sure that you're checking every single shop daily. Now, when it comes to buying items, your coins will be limited in the beginning of the game. You don't have to buy everything, okay? So you can see here, this is 2,600, but those are like really cute pants. They would work well in a lot of different Dream Snap challenges. I think it's just how you want to play the game. I'm really not going to purchase anything today, I don't think. I'm not, no, whoa, 5,760. That's quite pricey, but that is a very big and good item to decorate with. In the early game, you're most likely going to be decorating just outdoors because your house is going to be used for storage. So I don't know that I would buy any indoor items right now and just stick to things like this. Like if I had the money, I would definitely buy this item because it's a great outdoor decor item. Now, you can use this inside later too, but for the most part, it's an outdoor decor item, and it would be great for Dream Snaps because you have two sides to it, right? We could do the blank grass or this vine wall. That's a really good item to purchase. But be judicious with how you are purchasing items in the early game as a new player because you will run out of star coins very quickly. Okay? Let's look at our house. Okay, we have the elevator here. How to expand. This is how you can add other floors. Now, you can't add another floor until you expand your main room. And then once you see the 3 floors pop around it, you can start to expand into other areas of your home. I suggest, like I said, in the beginning of the game, you're going to be using it mainly for storage. I literally, in the early game, recommend just dropping stuff on the floor. Okay, so you can see I've got extra seeds that I'm not going to be using. I'm not going to be using those. I want to keep these items for cooking and making things, but I don't necessarily want to carry them around. And we'll get more into storage in the very next episode of this series. Okay, once you have upgraded your house by clicking the sign, I don't think 2,000. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use those star coins for this, and it will change the outside of your home. And now I have cute little windows. Okay, now if you go into furniture mode, you can select your house and move it. You don't have to keep it here. You don't have to keep anything where it's at. If I wanted to move absolutely everything into the meadow, I can do that and just leave my plaza blank. That includes Remy's restaurant. That includes the Scrooge store. I can start deleting trees. Nothing in this game has to stay where it is, okay? In the early game. You see all this weird pathing here? I mean, I don't know why they start the game with this weird path. I'm just going to get rid of it. Now, if you select something, okay, so I'm just going to select this first tile of path. Down at the bottom, you can see remove, which is going to take that one away, okay? Or I can hold that exact same button and it removes everything that was connected. So you can see that whole section is gone now. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to hold and get rid of this entire section here. So you can see it's a very easy way to manipulate things. You don't have to keep things forever. I have finished this particular quest with Scrooge. I can get rid of all these signs now. I don't have to keep them. Same with flower beds, etc. Now I want you to watch when I do pick up something. Let's pick up this bench. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to remove it, in fact. I don't want it in my game. Now watch the screen. It says new furniture unlocked, bench. Okay? If I now go into Scrooge's store, one of two things can happen. If it's an item from Scrooge himself, I can go to him and purchase more of them. Now that I have that kind of quote unquote recipe for the bench, I can now purchase those from Scrooge. Or I'm going to go to my crafting table here. And now if I look, why isn't that in there? Oh, it's because I don't have the right wood. It will be in it will be in here so I can craft it. Okay? So if I go to Scrooge and I say I want to purchase some items, I want to purchase furniture, and under seating, you can see all of the basic items that you start the game with. Okay? I don't have a lot open, but as soon as I buy something, like I bought this tea tray, I can now purchase more of them. Okay? So that's items. I definitely recommend in the early game messing around with all of the different items. You can delete fences, we can delete benches, lamp posts. If I don't want these lamps here. Okay? So that's items, and we'll definitely get more into that when we talk about storage. Okay, so once you start deleting other items, here, let me show you actually. I am going to pick some flowers in my plaza. I'm going to pick this yellow one. Now, I want you to watch the right-hand side of the screen as I pick up items here. And when I pick up something new, you're going to see I can now craft things that take those flowers. Flowers grow every single day over and over and over. Oh, there's another one, a trellis arch. Okay, so as I grab things, I grabbed everything in the plaza, same colors. Let's go down to the meadow. Let's actually go down to the beach. Something a little different here. Okay, I'm going to pick some sunflowers. You're going to see other things popping up for me. Oh, Daisy Park balloons. Oh, quite a few things. Cozy companion home. So I recommend going around and collecting all your flowers. Now, in about 45 minutes to an hour, all of these flowers are going to be back. So don't feel like, well, I want to leave them there in case there's a quest line I come across that takes flowers. They're going to be back, and they're going to be back soon. So don't be shy about picking flowers or bananas or whatever it is. All of these things will pop back up for you fairly quickly. And some are quicker than others, that's true. But generally speaking, they're pretty quick to grow. My inventory's full. What? Let's sell some things. Now, selling. Game mechanic for selling. Here's a tip. Don't sell everything. Sell the fruit. That's fine. We don't, fruit grows so quickly. You can sell some flowers. Again, they go quickly. Now, vegetables are things that cost you money, okay? So fruits, they grow on the bushes and trees. You're not planting anything, but like wheat and sugarcane and corn, all of those things I have to buy seeds for. So I don't necessarily want to sell all of these right now. Now, I will get into selling and things and how to make money in a future video, but I will say in the early game, become a farmer, and things like carrots and lettuce and that kind of thing. You can become a carrot farmer, dig a ton of holes, buy a bunch of seeds because they are not expensive. Let's see how much are seeds. Buy. They're 10 coins for seeds, so they're not that much. I'm going to go ahead and purchase. Oh, we'll purchase 10 of them. And now I have 10 seeds. We're going to plant those carrots wherever I want to. We'll pick all this. Okay, that's a bonus glow. Now, another game mechanic to save on energy, you can see my energy level did not change as I harvested. Your energy level changes for farming when you are planting and watering. If you can do planting during the rain, that is perfection because you don't have to waste your energy, your precious energy, especially in the early game. You don't have to waste it because the rain waters it for you. You can see the plants are turning immediately green for me instead of brown for watering. So that's a very good hack to save on your energy. Speaking of energy level, you can see my energy level. I don't have that big of a glow with me, so I'm going to go ahead and eat this seafood platter. And it's going to fill my energy bar all the way up to yellow. Now with yellow, the bottom right hand, you can see where it says R2. Again, this is going to be based on the controller system you are using. So for me, it's R2. I'm going to click that button. I'm sorry. It's not. It's the up button. See the little plus sign pad? Okay, we're going to click that. You can see it says well fed, and now I have grants, speed boosts, and luck. Now what that means is that golden shoot that I just got that gave me all of those extra carrots, if you have a yellow bar, you will have a better chance of getting those, they are random, than you do if you're just on blue or you're tired or anything like that and you need energy. So what we're going to do is, now that I have a red bar or a golden bar, if we keep clicking on different fruits and bushes and things like that, I have a higher chance of getting that golden bonus. Okay? One thing that I am doing that is, not the greatest, I guess you could say, is I am picking things without a villager. Okay? Oh, see, there's a bonus because I have my golden bar. I now get all of these extra bananas. And there we are. So instead of getting 3 bananas, because that's what each tree or bush gives you, I now have 10 bananas. So I highly recommend in the early game that you have some sort of a yellow energy bar for fruits and your crops. Okay? So fruits and veg, just think gold bar and try to do it that way. When you are, let's say we know Goofy is my fisher. If I'm going to be fishing, I will never fish in the early game without a villager. Okay? Don't do your crops without a villager. Okay, Goofy, we're going to hang out and fish. So, anytime I do anything in the game, I make sure that I have a villager with me. Now, Goofy's going to give me a bonus fish when I fish. Not every time, because he's only at a level 6. Okay, so you can see that holding action happening here. I'm not clicking multiple buttons. I'm just holding my button down. Oh, no, he's not ready to give me an extra yet. Now, I want you to watch Goofy as I do this. When I catch this fish, he's going to have 3 stars pop up on his head. There they are. I have given Goofy a big friendship boost because he's a fisherman. I'm fishing. right? So not only am I getting a boost when he gives me an extra fish, but he's getting an extra boost in his friendship bar. Hopefully he will give me something soon. Okay, let's see if this one's the trick. I don't even have to look at the bubbles because of the hold action. Oh, shoot. Well, let's drop our bananas. Or we'll drop a flower. So now I have some seaweed. Goofy. Dude. Please give me something. Oh, we have a golden bubble here. That means it's a higher level fish. So we're going to grab this higher level fish. Probably drop another flower. We'll drop another flower here. And oh, there he goes. He's going to give me, he'll give you pretty much the same fish. So there we are. Now I have a bonus. Now, I want you to watch Goofy. I said he has 3 stars pop over his head as I fish. Now, if I'm trying to level up Goofy, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, he gets a bonus for it. It's only a 1-star bonus, but he does get a bonus for it. So watch. You see that star pop up? His friendship level is advancing no matter what I do. I can't pick basil. Okay. Well, we'll go over here. And let's see. What do we have that we can do with Goofy? I don't know that he gives, let me see. Yep. So I just dug that shard up and sure enough, Goofy got a 1-star bonus. So if I'm trying to level up Goofy because of his quest line and I need to get him to the next level to progress the story, I'm going to take him with me all day long and he's just going to progress with me. I'm going to go ahead and drop the flowers here and do these bushes. But you can see Goofy's getting a bonus every time I do something. So 9 times out of 10, if you're doing this, I will level up a character quicker just by taking them around doing everything in my valley versus nothing. We can even pick some corn. He's getting a bonus for every single corn I pick. And I just got a bonus too because of the gold bar. Now you can get bonuses without the gold bar. Don't get me wrong. They're just not as common. Okay, another tip for the early game is don't sprint. And I know that sounds, well, that's boring. I don't want to just run around the valley. I want to go quick. You know, I want to glide. It's so fun. It's so cool. Look how cool it is. But look at my gold bar. It's just ticking down, 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 down. I don't want to waste my precious energy, especially in the early game when I don't have a lot of recipes, number 1. Number 2, my energy bar itself is not as big as it will become in the later game. So I want to use my energy for fishing, for breaking rocks, for doing all of that kind of stuff. I want to make sure that I'm using my energy wisely. So I don't sprint in the early game at all. Okay, we're going to tell Goofy goodbye and then talk about our last big mechanic here. And my biggest tip for the early game players when you're just starting out is realms. Merlin gives you a choice of 3 realms. And he's going to be in here. Okay. He gives you the choice between Wally, Moana, and Remy. I 100% highly recommend that you get Remy first. And the reason I say that is because the entire game will depend on you being able to cook meals. Number 1, energy level, which we just talked about. You're going to need to cook meals to keep your energy up. Number 2, favorite gifts. Villagers all have favorite meals that they will request. Now, if you have Storybook Vale and Eternity Isle as you start a new game, what's going to happen if I go to collections and characters? These characters will be able to request things that you can't cook. Okay? Like, for example, Mickey. Mickey was honeydew sour fondue and rhubarb. Those are those are Storybook Vale items. Same, let's see. Okay, same with Scrooge here. He wants this shish taouk that is from Eternity Isle. So until you get those items opened up, for example, if it's a fish that's only available in the Wild Tangle and you're just starting out and you're not past the Ancient Landing because you literally just opened it, you can't cook some of these yet. So that's an unfortunate kind of thing that Gameloft has not fixed, is it's not going to be based on your particular character's level. It's going to be based on what you have available in the game biome wise. Okay, so the only thing I can do for Scrooge right now is a cracker. Okay, the only thing I can do for Mickey is I can give him a red bellflower, and then Goofy, I can give him a herring and possibly the carp salad. I don't remember the recipe, but possibly the carp salad. Okay? But that's why I highly recommend opening Remy first, because he's going to give you cooking, and he's going to give you, as you progress his storyline, he gives you more and more recipes. You can buy things at his store now. So I can now buy buttermilk, cheese, eggs, and peanuts. So those kinds of things become available to me that I wouldn't necessarily have without Remy. So that's why I do suggest opening Remy first. That's my biggest tip for you when it comes to villagers, is choose your doors wisely based on how you want to play the game, not based on just the fun of the characters themselves. Like, we know Wally is adorable, 110%. Wally is the super cutest, but he doesn't really give you much. The only thing he'll do is he's going to open his garden in your valley. And once that garden's open, you do get free vegetables, but it costs you star coins to open it. So it's not like it's free. Same with Moana. Moana's boat gets opened up, and that's fantastic too. And you get free fish, but it costs you star coins to run her boat. So, I say Remy is probably the better route to go. That way you get his restaurant, you get access to all of that. Okay, so that pretty much covers the basic game mechanics. Coming up in future episodes, we're going to be doing friendship, villager quests, how to level them up in a deeper way, etc., which we kind of touched on in this video, but we'll go into it a little bit more. We're going to be doing dream snaps for new players. We're going to be doing how to make money and using your moonstone wisely. So that's about all I have for you today. I hope you really, really enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If I missed anything with game mechanics, please let me know in the comments down below, and we can maybe add it in a future video as a kind of footnote to this one. Thank you so much, and keep on dreaming.